2, 3, 4. Hey everybody, I'm Hannah. Welcome to our reformer class. I thought we'd do a quick glute workout today, a nice booty blast. I'm going to start with 2 heavies and a medium spring, but you can adjust that to suit yourself. 2 heavies and a medium. And let's lie down onto our reformer. We'll do a quick warm up for the legs, into the glutes, the back line of the body, heels onto the bar, hip width apart. Make sure you have equal distance either side of your feet. Check in with your pelvis position. Tailbone is heavy, lower ribs are heavy. So we want that neutral spine. Shoulders back. Armpits join down the sides of the body, mid-back heavy, so we don't need to flare the rib cage, tailbone heavy, and we avoid being crammed up into the shoulder blocks. Exhale, you press out, press and hold. Here we just make sure that we're not cramming our lower back into the carriage. Find the back and the front of your pelvic floor. Holding in wind, holding in P, and keep it gentle. Breathe in. Exhale, find your pelvic floor. Scoop and trace up along your back, lower belly, middle, in behind the ribs, and knit your ribs together. Equal pressure through both feet. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor, abs, ribs. Inhale, fill the back and side of your ribs. Exhale, pelvic floor, abs, ribs. So we inhale to fill the back and side of the ribs as we bend the knees. Exhale, pelvic floor, abs, ribs as you press out. Let's flow that. Let's flow for 8. Hopefully we're feeling the back of the legs into the glutes warming up a little bit. Let's go second position and a turn out. So heels on the bar and toes on the bar. But some days if you're feeling a little less mobile, the toes can be up off the bar. Otherwise heels and toes equal on the bar. Press out, neutral pelvis, neutral rib cage, neutral shoulders. And inhale. Let's do 8. Equal with both feet. 6. Mid back heavy. 5. Tailbone heavy. And 1. Come all the way back in. Go even wider on the bar. So heels are at the very edges. But turn your toes and your knees in. Your knees will knock, so don't worry about that. Exhale out. Inhale, the knees come back together, but continue to glide in and watch your neutral spine. For 8. And 1. And come back in. So we've warmed up ankle, knee, hip, and into our glutes. We're going to come back up and adjust our spring setting. So you can be left with 1 heavy spring or with 1 medium spring, so whatever suits you better. So the heavy is going to be harder, obviously, so you choose what suits you. I'm going to take the right long loop and pull it onto the arch of my right foot. I'm going to move over on the reformer, so my left knee is kind of in the middle of the reformer, so I'm favoring the right side. Your hands can be on the carriage or on the shoulder rests, that's up to you. So whatever feels better. All we do is avoid this rib flare. Find your pelvic floor. Scoop and trace, knit your ribs in and down, and we find that neutral instead of rounding. So we'll float the right knee. It's just slightly outside the carriage, so there may be ever so slightly a rotation from the body. Let's exhale to press out and slightly up without losing the pelvis position. Inhale, bend your knee back in without rounding your back. Let's do 10. Stretch long. For 5, the neck is long. 4, use your core with that exhale. 3, 2, and 1, we hold it out. With as little movement from the carriage as possible, it does move a little, do small pulses. 8, 4, 1. Hold it there. Dinner plate sized circles, really small. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg out a little bit wider. Inhale, we hinge from the hip, straight leg. Exhale, scoop and lift. If you're too tall for these, continue with your bend and stretch, or you could do this on the long box. 8 more. Slow it down. 7, 6, 5, 4, keep that core work. 2 more. Once more. I really feel my glutes warming up now. And we'll bring the knee in, but we're not ready to come out of this yet. We're going to bend onto the left elbow, so onto your shoulder rest. So the left elbow is bent and we rotate so that the right arm can be straight. Lift the knee up like a dog peeing on a bin. Exhale to press and inhale to come back in. I can really feel these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, you push. 5, so feel your glute max ignite. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's press out and hold out. With the legs straight, we inhale to swipe down, just at this diagonal, and exhale to swipe up. 8, 7, try and stop the reformer for a second. 6, 5, so control it and press it away. 4, 3, 2, and oh my gosh, the burn. 1, come back in slowly. So I like to kind of have a hold of the shoulder blocks with one hand and then come in and take the strap off. Slowly come in just so we don't lose control. Hang the strap up. I'm moving over, so my right knee is to the center of the carriage. So I'm favoring the left side, taking the long loop onto the arch of my left foot. Hands around the shoulder blocks for me. Might suit you better to be on the carriage. See how that feels. Draw the shoulders down. Pelvic floor, abs, ribs. We're slightly reaching that left leg out to the side. We have 10 of your bend and stretch when you're ready. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now press out and hold back. Think about pushing through your heel a little bit. As little movement from the carriage as possible as you do little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Dinner plate sized circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse direction. Use your lower abs up into the lower back underneath the belly button. 3 more. 2 more. Once more. Oh my gosh, I can feel these. Now we're going to hinge from the hip just to lift and lower. So we inhale to hinge and exhale to lift. You could do this higher up on the reformer or the leg could go out to the side. You could do bend and stretch. So we're 3 in. Inhale and exhale. 4, 5, 6, using the core so we feel supported throughout the back. I lost my count there in my head. We're definitely nearly at the 10. Let's do 1 more. I hope I'm right with this. So we're going to come in just for a moment as we adjust our elbows. Right elbow into the shoulder block. Hand goes across to the opposite hand. Let your body rotate. Lift the knee up like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Exhale to reach out and inhale to bend. 10, 9, steady through your spine. 8, use the glutes. 7, 6, 5, you press and aim to hold for a little second. 4, 3, your neck is long and relaxed. 2, Last one. And when you're ready, we're gonna hold out and we do little swipes like windscreen wipers. Inhale to swipe down and exhale to swipe up. 8, 7, wishing you luck if you're on the heavy spring. 6, wishing I went to the medium now. 5, oh my gosh, they're so hard. For 4, inhale and exhale. 3, breathe in, the spine is stable. 2, last one, and hold. Slowly come in, so we're not collapsing out of anything. You have a good hold of your shoulder rests. Then we take that strap off nice and carefully, coming back in, and you can hang the strap back up for a moment. Oh my gosh, okay. Maybe I was overconfident there with the heavy spring. I'm gonna stay on the heavy spring. Feel free to add a light spring with this if you want. For me, the heavy's enough, but add a light one if you like. So let's load the glutes and the legs, but also stretch them out a little bit. Bring the left foot forward and give yourself space so we have control through like a runner's lunge. Then we have this strength to put the right foot at a lateral rotation from your hip onto the foot bar, toes and your heel. Hands onto the shoulder rests. Sometimes I like to put the headrest up just one here. Just feels more confident, but hopefully you have your grippy socks on. We're gonna bring the foot onto the shoulder rest. That shoulder rest can be up or down, it's up to you. So stretch out the back leg, push out a little bit and lean into this stretch. So we have this force through the glutes in the back. Of course, we're stretching the ones in the front, but also loading them. So let's exhale to lengthen the front leg forward and inhale to bend. Put more weight into your hips, less into your hands. 5, 4, so we want to make sure we're opening everything that we're using quite a lot as well. 3, exhale and inhale. 2, last one, and inhale. Now see how it feels to keep the legs straight, but you could continue with that first layer if you want. So we inhale and exhale. Mine feel quite tight after putting the strap on my foot, so these are a little bit small today. Let's do 2 more. Once more, breathe. Enjoy the benefits of those breathing exercises. Let's come in, bend the knee. You can do the same again, or we can challenge it by lengthening the upper body. I've cut my head off, apologies. So we exhale to stretch the front leg and inhale to bend. 5, still pushing into the back foot. 4, and you don't have to do this version if you don't want to. 3, 2, and 1. Last, I'm going to reach the arms out, stretch the leg, but only adding this if you want. Inhale up straight and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Bend your knee, find your bearings, slowly lower your hands onto the footrest, bring the carriage in, bring your front foot back a little, then you can release the back leg. We'll swap that over. Left foot onto the bar, right toes on the shoulder block, press out so we're away from the stopper and we can sink into our hips. Relax the shoulders. Exhale to stretch and inhale to bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the leg out as an option or repeat the last one. We inhale both legs straight, exhale both legs straight. 5, 4, 3, relax your shoulders. I need to remind myself as well. 2, inhale and exhale. Last one. And you could repeat both of those exercises again with your hands on the shoulder blocks. Bend the knee to start, or you can come up, hands on your hips. Exhale to stretch and bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you want, arms out, stretch both legs. We inhale up and exhale, just as far as you're happy with. Inhale and exhale. 5, press with the back leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knee. Lower slowly onto the shoulder rests. Come in, find the stopper, release your back leg, and now we're ready to load into the glutes again. So I'm going to come to side lying on a medium spring. Feel free to do this on the heavy if you like. I just felt I worked a lot on the heavy the first time. So I'm going to go medium spring. You can go up again, you can add a light or just go for a heavy. We're going to come to a side lying position. Feel free to grab a ball for onto your head, anything you use for side lying. I like to just support my head, but whatever suits you is fine. I'm going to bring my bum down to the bottom of the carriage and towards the backside a little bit more. You can press out with your bottom foot, so we have a bit of control down here. Bring your long loop onto your foot in front, support your head. Our knees and our hips are stacked. If the top knee is further back, so is the hip. So start off with this alignment and it'll just help you to center yourself. So just to warm up, I know it feels quite light when the leg is bent. We'll inhale, dog peeing on a bin, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 8, 7, as little movement in the carriage as possible. 6, inhale and exhale. 5, inhale and exhale. 4, we feel our piriformis, our glute medius. 3, trying to line the knees up again so we feel our pelvis. 2, we feel the position a bit more. And 1. Now we lift that up. Your option 1 is to bend and stretch. So you can do this instead of the next exercise. Think about activating the bottom leg. So you float the foot a little bit and point the toes. So you can modify, or we're just going for our straight lift and lower. Inhale and exhale. 8. Feel the glute pulling down. 7. Push into your lower hip as well, the side of the ribs. 6. Inhale and exhale. 5. There's always little creaks. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do a hinge forward. So stacking the hips, hinge at the hip. Inhale and exhale. 8, 7, 6, hinging, so my spine stays long. 5, feel nice and long through the neck. Feel your core and your glutes. 4, inhale and exhale. 3, slow and controlled. 2, well done if you're on the heavy spring. Inhale and exhale. 1. Now we'll combine that, so up and around and pull back in. Let's inhale and exhale. 4, inhale and exhale. 3, inhale and exhale. 2, last one in this direction, and exhale. Let's reverse that. We inhale to hinge, up, down and around. 5, inhale and exhale. 4, inhale and exhale. 3, hinge, circle at the hip. 2, last one, inhale and exhale. So we can bring the knee in. Sometimes I like to let the leg go forward a little bit and get a bit of a stretch. That's up to you, or you could keep the knee bent. Taking the loop off when you're ready. Sorry, my back will be to you now. We'll turn around and do the other side. Same spring, of course. We're quite low down and back on the reformer. Your bottom foot can press out, or you can use your hands if you're happy with that. Support your head or have your ball. Stack your knees and your hips first. We're just lifting and lowering like a dog peeing on a bin. 8, nice and slow. 7, 6, relaxing the upper body. 5, inhale and exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We laterally rotate the hip. You can choose to bend and stretch or straight leg. It's up to you. Keep the bottom hip on the carriage. Exhale and inhale. 8. If you're on the heavy spring, your hand could push into the shoulder rest and help you. 7. 6. Slow and controlled. Push into the lower side of the ribs and the side of the hip. 5. 4. 3. Exhale and inhale. 2. Exhale to pull down and inhale. Last one like this. Exhale and inhale. Let's hinge forward at the hips so the spine stays long. We exhale to pull back. Inhale, release it forward with the spine long. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Exhale and inhale. Let's combine those for a semicircle. Inhale up, exhale to pull down. 5. Hinge, circle around and up, pull down. 4. Inhale and exhale. 3. And exhale. 2. Well done if you're on that. Heavy springs. The medium is enough, I think. Last one, let's reverse the direction. So we'll inhale up and around and exhale to pull back from that hinge tip. 5. 4. 3. 2. The bottom hip is heavy, the side of the rib cage. And 1. You can bend your knee to come out, or else I like to have a little stretch forward. That's up to you, wherever you're happy with. And then you can take the strap off when you're ready. So we're going to come back onto all fours, but we're going to make it heavy this time. I'm going to a heavy and a light spring. You could do just a heavy. You may be a lot stronger than me and do a heavy and a medium. 4-point kneeling position. Pelvic floor, abs, ribs, right heel up onto the bar. Exhale to push out and inhale to come back in. 8. 7, press and wait a second. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2 and 1. Let's go lateral rotation. So bring your toes onto the bar as well. Move towards the edge of the bar. We exhale out and inhale to glide back in. 8. 7. 6. Oh, they're tough. 5. Trying to keep the spine alignment. 4. Keeping the neck relaxed. 3. Trying to press the whole way out is tough as well. 2. Nice and strong. 1. Woo. Let's come back in. Center yourself with your 4-point kneeling. Heel of the left foot on the bar. Press out. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Relax the neck. And 1. Oh my gosh. Lateral rotation, move to the edge of the bar. Get your center. 8. 7. Press fully. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2 and 1. So we're saying glutes, but I feel the shoulders, I feel everything in that. To cool down, I'm going to go to 1 red, which would be considered very light for feet and straps. You can do the red and the yellow if you like, that's up to you. I'm just going to use it as a stretch for leg circles. Lying down onto the carriage, Let's pull the left knee into the chest, press out straight with the right leg, left loop onto your foot, push into the loop, right foot onto the other foot, squash your knees and ankles together, neutral spine, pelvis, ribs, shoulders, stretch the legs up to the ceiling, Pilates V. Exhale down, maintaining a neutral spine. Inhale to circle around and up. Let's do 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Just as much of a stretch as you want. Let's reverse the direction. Inhale up, exhale down and around. 5. Really go for that hamstring stretch. Neutral helps that. 4. Inhale, hinge, 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 and around and down. 3. This can be way smaller, just depends on how you feel on the day. 2, and last one. So let's stretch that out. So go for your imprinted spine if you want. And let us stretch through the hamstrings into the glutes. You take as long as you like stretching. We're finished. The booty blast. I'm going to come forward a little bit, take one strap out. The foot finds the foot bar, helping me to take the other strap off. And then I can come in, hanging my loops up, and I am done. Thank you so much for joining me for this booty blast. Enjoy the rest of your day or enjoy your sleep. Please like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. I'll see you on our next class.